Hey YouTube, this is WhiteSheep,
And this is Hybrid.
and we are here doing our spoiler-free edition of our review of the movie Marvel's The Avengers. Alright, let's get a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, it was
was too
beautiful.
good.
It was so amazing.
I had a nerdgasm.
All of my fears about the movie were assuaged. I will never doubt Joss Whedon again.
Cult status.
No longer cult status. He's gonna blow up like more than he has already. Kevin Feige is brilliant. The level to which they tie things in is like it's almost like they are making their movie universe akin to a comic universe, like a regular like comic storyline, and I really love that. I think it's wonderful. I can only hope that Marvel pulls some kind of sneaky voodoo deal and somehow reacquires the rights to the Fantastic Four and X-Men and Spider-Man, and I mean, not reacquires the rights, but gets more of a bargain thing where they can do what they want to with with those series, because they need to do some more in-depth crossovers, and more on that in the spoiler edition. But just it worked on every level for me.
Yes, the writing was great. Like, yeah, I guess if you were really nitpicky about it, you could say there's too many one-liners, but really the one-liners, they fit with the characters
Basically,
that said them.
I mean, it wasn't even like out of character.
Yeah, and a lot of them were funny. Like, one was
No spoilers.
no, I'm not spoiling. I'm just example. Like, an example would be like Captain America, for example. You know, he's kind of out of time.
They poke fun at him
Yeah,
for being old.
They poke fun of that. Like, he won't understand something, let's say, or like maybe he does understand something. He'll kind of jump at that and be like, "Oh, I get it," something like that. And then also, yeah, writing was good. The fight scene was great as well.
30-minute fight scene. I'm sure all of you have heard about that, because that's the most like kind of touted thing about that. It was the 30-minute fight scene for me was great. It was just like, every movie has this giant fight scene. I mean, Spider-Man 3 had the giant final fight scene with the Sandman and Venom, and that was kind of crap. But
this was brilliant.
This fight scene was intense. It was brilliant, and it all came together perfectly. And it was just, it was like I don't have any words right now because it's 3:43 in the morning, and just that was such an emotional thrill ride. Really, it was an adrenaline rush, and Whedon and Feige and all the actors. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Mark Ruffalo. Not least of all, Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo was great. Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, don't doubt Mark Ruffalo.
Dude, okay, so I know a lot of you, and
favorite
especially
character in the film, Hulk.
a lot of you, like on Comic Book Movie, are like, oh, Mark Ruffalo, blah 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 blah. He's such a like bad actor or whatever. You will love him after this because he did such a good job with this movie, because he according to him, he was studying the Bill Bixby, Bruce Banner, and he actually came across very similar to the old school Bixby Banner, and he played Banner well. So glad that Lou Ferrigno reprised his role of voicing the Hulk. Did you know that he voiced the Hulk again? I was pretty happy about that. Ruffalo also signed a 6-movie deal, so we'll probably see, of course, other Avengers movies, maybe 1 or 2. Because trust me, this one could beat Avatar monetarily. That's a huge feat, but I mean, given the fact that the movie theater we went to had about 6 different showing, or like I think it was like 8 different separate theaters showing it, and almost every single one of them was full.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
And that's a midnight premiere, and so I think it could, like, looking at the projections, apparently this weekend it's supposed to gross more than like 600 million. That's a pretty good job for an opening weekend. So, we'll see. Just all the actors. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson was great, and Clark Gregg was great, and Kobe Smulders. Wasn't sure what to think of her playing Maria Hill, because that's going to be an important role going down the road if they ever decide to go into something like Civil War. She handled it well. She played that very well, and just I was very, very happy. It worked on just every level. Just masterful, really. Whedon proves that he's a genius once again. Don't doubt him. And also Kevin Feige is brilliant. For me, it's like almost like you look at DC, and I like both Marvel and DC. I'm not biased, but right now, in terms of movies, Marvel is kicking DC's ass. Say what you will about Nolan.
That's
and
about
his
it. They
Batman
have
movies.
all they have.
That's it. Green Lantern sucked. Like, literally, how are you gonna even?
This makes up for the horrible comic book film that was Green Lantern.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
It was. This kind of like just the complexity to which Marvel was tying everything in kind of makes DC look like light years behind because they're doing everything separate. Like if you've heard, they're doing a Justice League movie completely separate from any of the other entity movies. Like Ryan Reynolds wouldn't play Green Lantern, and like this is back when they were doing Wonder Woman, so Adriana Palicki would not play Wonder Woman, and guy who played Superman. I'm sorry if I can't remember his name.
Brendan Roth.
Yeah, Brendan Roth. That guy. He wouldn't be playing Superman. It's also very disjointed over in DC, and Marvel is just this is salt in the wounds because this is everyone at DC. I'm betting. I mean, I know. Feige came out this week and said that Christopher Nolan's Batman movies are the best thing that happened to comic book movies because they kind of got people back into the comic book genre of movies, like or the mainstream public. We were all here all along, but and so I think you're building on Nolan's success whenever you talk about a comic book movie. I think, in my opinion, because before Nolan came around, a lot of movies were crap. AKA Eric Bana Hulk, AKA to an extent Superman Returns, even though I felt like that movie worked too. Don't hate me for that. If you take the fact that I think it was who's the director? Was that Singer?
Yeah.
Singer said that if you just take it as a sequel as a direct sequel to Superman 3, then it all makes sense. It kind of does. So, who knows? That about wraps it up for the non-spoiler edition. I've talked more than I feel like we should have talked about this, but
it was.
Just go see it.
Someone spoiled kind of the plot for me by going to Wikipedia.
Don't go to
and
Wikipedia.
All I have to say is, even if you read it, you're still going to be surprised, and it's still going to get you as if you never knew anything about the film, plot-wise at least. So go see it. It's amazing. Stay after the credits.
Yeah,
I'm
there are
not gonna
two
say what
after
it is.
credit scenes. We will not say what they are.
But just
two after credit scenes. One after the whole kind of, special effects credits where they do the interesting, like the main names. There's one right after that. That's the one that you definitely want to see. And then there's a nice little bit after all the credits roll that I personally really liked. But, all I have to say is these negative reviewers are wrong.
Yeah, they must be like on some crack.
Completely support Samuel L. Jackson saying that they need to find something else to do. But wrapping up from the non-spoiler edition, check the annotation for our spoiler edition Avengers review. We'll be going into depth.
We'll probably come out that later, like either later today or tomorrow. So soon though, because we're probably really tired. But after being high on watching Avengers,
I'm wired.
I know I feel so.
We got to get this out here. But yeah, signing off. I'm WhiteSheep,
and I'm Hybrid. And
check out the spoiler edition.
Movie.
But after you watch the movie,
just watch it. Thank you.